Hi crew, it's the Kelly update for dementia, Alzheimer's, frontotemporal dementia, ALS, cognitive impairments, and the whole yada yada. So I just went through an amazing experience. I got some serious infection. They think it was the Hunta virus. I was in New Mexico and I guess they've got that there. And I couldn't breathe. My liver enzymes went off the charts. My liver got all messed up. I could go on with a page of shit that happened. They wanted me to go in and check into the hospital and go on antibiotics. And I'm just so against all of that pharma and the hospitals. And I had just had my best friend go in the hospital and not come out. Not a fan. Been so close to death. I'm like, I'd rather just die on my own than have a death in a hospital with all those beeping and people interrupting you. So you might as well die in your house. That was my attitude. So I'm walking up and down the streets in the town where people have absolutely loved me because I've been such a little sweet little light worker. And so when I used to go in a room or down the street, I'd literally light up the street. And I was that creepy ass person that freaks you out, that was screaming at people. I was falling down. I hate to tell you what I did to the people in the eye appointment or the eye at Kaiser where you get your glasses, optometry. So I had just embarrassed myself and it was so horrible. And I know I'm doing all this, but I just couldn't stop doing it. And I just looked up at one moment and I looked at the sun and I said to myself, you know that song, like there's a crack where the light gets in? Honest to God, I looked up and I just thought, you know, that sun shines even for the ugly plants. And I was just so horrible. And I'm so sensitive to that because I've worked for so many years to refine my thinking and return my actions to love and forgiveness. And here I am just being a complete contaminating the world. And can't stop it. And so, you know, I had to be gentle on myself. I was literally dying. Everything, costochondritis. I can't even begin to talk about it. Like I said, I don't even want to. So I look up at the sun and I thought, yeah, it's going to shine for even the ugly weed. And I just got really mad at God. And I said, you know, I have been an ambassador for you. I have committed to returning to love every single thing that seems unlovable in this lifetime. And I have done so much of a deep pursuit in order to awaken those principles, studying the Course in Miracles, being vice president of the Center for Inner Peace, teaching the Course in Miracles, going to AA every day for 30 years and Al-Anon and everything. I mean, I have just been on it. And I really have, you know, just got this opportunity with this frontotemporal dementia to really see how far you can go with this forgiveness thing, because there's not a better way than to learn how to forgive when you're a complete, utter asshole. It's pretty easy to see the unconscious fear and guilt of our psyche. And so I continuously look at that. I look at things politically right now and I think, where have I been abusive to children? Where was I aggressive with my daughter? Where did I leave her? You know, instead of projecting that I don't like what's going on. Because I really, when I look at that type of stuff, I just want to die. If I'm looking at it from the human perspective. But when I'm looking at it as an opportunity to grow my soul and to clean up all of this stuff inside. And to realize that in the absolute, these little girls, they're perfect. And in the absolute, we're all perfect. And so I just want to bring more light to the world and more perfection in spite of having frontotemporal dementia, because I could use that as a really good excuse to say, you know what, fuck them, I didn't feel good that day, you know, or whatever. And that's not okay. And I have done that. You know, it's hard to keep in your right mind when you're going through this. So being in the wrong mind, I just wanted to let you know that once I saw that sunshine, I was so awful for such a long period of time. My girlfriend was horrified that was taking care of me. She actually went into like a psych ward afterwards. It was just, it freaked her out. It was the worst I've ever seen in a situation for people in my lifetime. And I worked with hospice and suicide prevention center, and you know, I've had a lot of OD people, just all kinds of chaos in my life, and this one took the cake for me. But I had a crash and burn, and there's a lot of value in crash and burn because I was really praying for a group to come in and be in alignment with the way that I've practiced, which is that we just all huddle together in the biggest way and try to wake up. And we're not hoarding information, and we're not, making tons of money on our stuff. We give this stuff away so we can keep it. And that's the Course in Miracles, that's AA, that's all these foundations that are thriving because if you want what you got to keep giving it away and sharing it. And if you want to grow, you all can collaborate together. You don't hoard information in these groups. And I've just been involved in that energetic for so long, and I had been practicing with other energetics lately, and I subscribe to everything because I want to be teachable and want to learn. And I finally broke out, and I decided to be just true to myself and to just open up the doors for everything and be the change. And I'm having one miracle after the other. If you really have a prayer and you really want answers that are for the highest good and in alignment with your soul, they will come. And I've gotten some of the best answers in medicine. I'm having so much fun sharing it with people and practicing. I actually practiced all day. I did 11 hours of practice a couple days ago, and my nervous system came down about 2 notches, and it was on zip line red alert. So I just want to take a few minutes and give you an update that honestly, if you really want to heal, you can. You can see I'm doing much better. I did some videos when I was in my crash and burn. I was so embarrassed with them, I had to delete them. But if I can find some, I'll post them so you can just do a little contrast. And I got a long way to go, but I'm going. And my daughter said to me today, I am so proud of you. And I'm just so honored to be in the flow and doing my part in making the impossible possible. So practice, 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 keep going. And I'll tell you the number one key. Anything that we're doing and thinking, anything that's not right, clean it up. That's what I did. I started cleaning everything up, and I got back in alignment with myself, because the frontal behavior, it started slipping into this negative, and I cannot have any negative in my life. And we came here to grow our soul. And I had one little moment of awakening when I was laying in my bed and I was really, really dying. And my daughter knew I was dying. She said, I've never felt like I was going to lose you. I was down to 93 pounds just 4 weeks ago, or a couple months ago. I don't know. I have such a bad barometer with time, but very recently. You can see I've gained 11 pounds back. Yay! I feel so good and I love eating. So I changed everything. I thought what I'm doing is obviously wrong. So I completely changed the high-fat, high-protein diet. And instead of going on the antibiotics, I doused myself with garlic and beet juice with ginger in it, and I couldn't taste. I couldn't feel my neck. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't move my whole right side. The left side was in tremor. I was having so much trouble even with my hands. Just in these videos recently, you can see how much better my finger's getting just in these few days of practice. You can see the pictures that I'm in blue doing the little dance thing and stuff. And that little finger was so bad. Now look at it, it's so much better. So anyway, inside things are feeling better. I couldn't use the hands and the whole middle part. They got a long way to go, but they're coming back. And it's just practice, practice, practice. So if you really want to heal, all you have to do is look up some Zhenen Qigong, any medical Qigong from the Medicine List Hospital, any of those teachers. I highly recommend any one of them, all of them. Get one of us that are just here to help you out and do it for free if you don't have money. But if you really want to heal, I just learned that there's always something on the other side of the prayer. So my healing isn't because I'm trying to save this body. I could give a shit about this body, and I was so ready to die 7 years ago or 5, 6, whatever, when I got the diagnosis, and I was okay with it. So I'm not attached to staying in this body. I got my whole family's on the other side and all my friends now too. So besides my daughter and my granddaughter. But the thing of it is, I had this moment where I thought, I want to do 100% the best I can right now, today, and ignore the stuff on my shirt. I need chocolate. But I want to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to do the best I can do in this moment. So when I do transition, which we're all going to do, it's neutral. Everything has an expiration date. It's not a big deal. It might be for my grandbaby and my daughter. And it's not an easy path, but having frontotemporal dementia, I don't care, just going to the bathroom is not an easy path. So I'm getting pretty used to that. I kind of like it as an opportunity and a challenge because everything's happening in life right now and it's up in bold print and it's a really intense time. And so on the other end of a prayer, if you really have a prayer that's for the highest good in the collective, with all the purpose of just bringing back as much refinement of your soul when we transition, that little piece of essence that we take with us, that's what we're bringing back to wherever the hell it is that we came from. And learning that the universe is inside you and really going inwardly and deep teachings. All these new amazing, which feeds my spiritual seeker, teachings have come in. So just my plug is keep going and know that I love you and I love healing and I love being in the flow. And it's so much better than laying there being negative, feeling sorry for yourself, and being lazy. It's hard as hell. I started setting my alarm at 5 and 6 in the morning every day, and I just made a commitment. So I hope that that gives you a little bit of, okay, I don't have a word for it, but inspiration. Yeah, okay. So I've met a ton of people that have been really huddling around and we're all joining together. So if you need any help or need anything, contact me and I'll hook you up because I'm a connector and that's what we do. We just want to keep everybody going. I love you all. Bye.